Welcome everybody to this second tutorial of Selenium. In our previous tutorial, we learned how to install and create our very first test case. In this tutorial, we will be learning the basic browser commands in Selenium as well as what each command that we had earlier typed, what they mean. So without wasting any time, let us get started. Now guys, do note that in this series of Selenium, I will be assuming that you all are beginners in Java and I will explain to you basic Java code as well. Now that being said, it is always good for you that you learn Java because it will help you in understanding Selenium much better. Now for guys who are new to Java, just note this: when you right click on your file and when you run it as a Java application, what Java is actually doing is it is reading your file, searching for the main function. Your main function starts from this bracket right here and ends right here. So once your main function is found, it is going to execute all of the code which is inside of main. And that is the reason why we have typed our Selenium code inside of the main function. Now with that said, let us now go through each line of the code that we have written and try to understand what it means. The very first piece of code that we learned today is called as your new Chrome driver. Now to explain this, let me remove the other pieces of code, which is all of this, and let me just execute your new Chrome driver. Now what this line does is it is going to open up the Chrome browser for you. Let this code execute and you will see the Chrome browser opens up like this. Now also note that after this line is executed, your browser is basically lost and you cannot perform any other actions. But in Selenium, you also have to perform actions like navigating to a website, entering text in a text box, clicking on buttons, etc. etc. What I mean is, after you open up your browser, you also have to save your browser in an object to be used later on. This saving cannot happen in any object but only in a WebDriver object. And that is the reason we have this line called as WebDriver. What this does is it is going to create a WebDriver object called as driver and save your Chrome inside of this object called driver. And therefore your other lines will now make sense. Using the object of your WebDriver, you can now navigate to a website. You can now also close your browser. Now guys, do note that when you're opening up a particular browser in Selenium, Selenium also requires to know where the driver.exe file is saved in your computer. Now that is done by using the command called as System.setProperty, in which we are telling Selenium which browser you're using. So in my case, I'm using the Chrome browser and the location of the Chrome driver, which is in C Selenium Chrome driver. Let me verify that, and it is saved right here in C Selenium Chrome driver. Now many people the code might not work because they do not put two backslashes but only one backslash. So just make sure that you are using two and not one. Make a quick note guys, for those who are new to Java, your driver reference object here is of the class WebDriver, but it can accept multiple objects of your Chrome driver, of your Firefox driver and many other drivers as well. Such type of classes whose reference object can accept multiple objects are called as interfaces in Java. Now this is not the exact definition, but it's an easier way for you to understand. So your WebDriver here is not a class, it's an interface, and because it's an interface, it can accept Chrome driver and many other drivers as well. The other thing about an interface is you cannot do WebDriver driver is equal to new WebDriver because an interface cannot be created into an object, but you definitely can do Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. This is perfectly allowed. But the reason we use WebDriver is tomorrow if you wanted to change from Chrome driver to maybe Firefox, you would not have to change your code. Your WebDriver will remain the same thing for all of the piece of code. In this way, we have learned three important commands in Selenium. The very first one is to open up a browser. The next one is driver.get, which is to navigate to a URL. The next one is driver.quit, which is to close the browser. We'll learn a few more important ones. The next one which we'll learn is getTitle. To do that, simply type driver, put a dot and type in getTitle, or you can just scroll down to the particular option and hit enter. This has to be followed by a semicolon as always, because all Java lines end with a semicolon. Now what is your page title? Now if you open up any browser and you navigate to a website, for example, let me go to Facebook, then on the top you will be looking at this particular option right here which states Facebook login or sign up. This is your page title. If you open up a different website, for example, let me open up Google, you would be seeing the exact same thing. So the page title for Google is Google itself. So let me go ahead and print the page title for you in the console window below. To do that, you can either type the entire line, which is System.out.println, or simply type in the shortcut, which is SYSO followed by control space, and it will give you the option right here. Choose a particular option or hit enter, and the Eclipse will print this out for you automatically. Now what I'll do is I should remove this particular colon, copy this particular piece of code and paste it inside of the parentheses like so. So System.out.println is going to print details in your console, and the detail which I want to print is driver.getTitle. Now if I run my code, you will see that the page title will be printed out in the console below. Let me just wait a minute, and if you see here, the page title is Google. In the same way, if I were to navigate to Facebook and if I run the code, you would see the page title for Facebook is also printed in the console below. Let me remove these extra lines now. And now apart from your title, you can also retrieve the address of your page, also called as your URL, by typing in .getCurrentUrl. Now URL might be different from what you are navigating at originally. For example, here I'm navigating to fb.com, but the final URL is facebook.com, so it may change. Apart from this, you can also get the entire HTML code by just doing get page source. In this way, you will be getting the HTML code of that particular web page. Now with that done, we will now look at a few navigation commands in Selenium. There are 4 important navigation commands which you all should know. The very first one is navigating to a particular website, and that is done by using the command called navigate. So in driver.navigate, now you can type the entire thing or choose the right answer by IntelliSense of Eclipse. So I'm choosing navigate, and then you do a .to. Inside of a parenthesis, you give the URL which you want. So I'm going to navigate to google.com, and upon execution you will see that after it visits facebook.com, it will then navigate to google.com. So let us wait till this code executes. So here we go, it's at facebook.com and then your google.com, and then your driver closes. Now many of you all will be wondering that why do I require a navigate to when I already have a driver.get. Yes, the output is exactly the same, but the way it is implemented inside Selenium code is a bit different. Now when I say implementation, what do I mean? Now here I have a search box of Google. I can either type Selenium and hit enter, and this performs the search for me, or I can type Selenium and I can hit this button right here, and that will also perform the search for me. So the end result is a search, but the way I have implemented the search will be a bit different. Also, one thing to note is by using get, you're basically refreshing the page. Now this also means that if you're navigating from one website to the other website, then using a get and using a .to will do the exact same thing. But if you're on the same website, then using a get and using a to might sometimes make a difference. Also note that the implementation is going to change depending on the browser that you're using, as well as the version of the driver as well. Now guys, apart from navigating to a website, you can also do other things by using the navigate command, such as navigating behind to the previous website. So this will take you from Google back to facebook.com, or you can navigate forward So after going back, if you type forward, this will come back from Facebook to google.com, or you can also do a refresh by typing in .refresh. Now these are your standard commands which you usually see on your browser in the top corner. Now apart from this, when you open your browser, it usually is not in the maximize mode. So to maximize it, simply type driver followed by manage, because you're managing something. You're managing what? You're managing your windows, right? So type .window, and inside window you will be getting various options, such as you can either go in your full screen mode, or you can go to your maximized or minimized mode. So I usually go with the maximized mode, because if it's small, sometimes it might cause issues in visibility of elements. So going at the maximized mode will help you in your scripts. So yeah, these are your few navigation commands. We will now learn how to open up a new window or to open up a new tab in the same window using Selenium. Now in our case, what I've done is I've navigated to Facebook, and I've also opened up your google.com in the exact same window in the exact same tab. So what I want is I want to open Facebook in one window and Google in a different window or a different tab. So let me get rid of this piece of code, and in between Facebook and Google, let me open up a new window first. To do that, simply type in driver followed by switch to followed by new window right here. Now inside your new window, you have to type in what type of window you want. Now you have two types. The first one is a new window itself, and the other one is a new tab. So type in window followed by type. Remember, this is case sensitive, so W and T should be in caps, followed by a dot, and you have got two options here, either tab or a window. So first let me choose window, and in the end you give a semicolon. And now if I run this piece of code, run as a Java application, you will see that it opens up a window which navigates to Facebook, and then it will open up a new window. Here we go, which opens up Google, and then it closes it both. In the same way, instead of window, if I choose in the option called tab, and if I would run the exact same code, you would see that this time instead of two different windows, you have two different tabs in the exact same window. So here we go, Facebook, and then a new tab, and in that you will be having google.com. Just make a quick note, when you're switching to a new window or to a new tab, all of the commands written after that will be performed on the new window or on the new tab. They will not affect the previous window or the previous tab. Yes, there are ways for us to switch back to the previous window, which we'll look in our further advanced tutorials. For now, just make a quick note of that line. This brings us to the very last topic for today, which is closing your browsers. Now you can either use driver.quit or you can use driver.close. The difference is, if you're using driver.quit, then it is going to close all of the browsers for you. Now when we ran this code, you have seen that both your previous window as well as your new window which had Google, both were closed by using .quit. But if I were to use .close, then what will happen is only your current window which you are currently working on, which is google.com, will close, and the page of Facebook will remain open. Let me just see this now. Let me run this as a Java application, and upon execution you will see that Facebook opens up, and then in a new tab you will see Google opening up. But when I do a driver.close, only Google closes and Facebook will remain open. So that is the difference between driver.close and driver.quit. Now before we go ahead and close today's tutorial, a quick note for those who are new to Java. If you want to wait for a few seconds in between two lines of code like this, so that you can view the output or you can do something else, you can do that by using a sleep command, which is achieved by typing in thread, THREAD, followed by dot and sleep. Now inside of this you have to type in the time in milliseconds. So if I want to wait for 1 second, I have to type in 1000 milliseconds. Now this is going to give you an error because Thread normally throws out an exception. So what you can do is you can choose the very first option, which is add throws declaration. Choose that and choose any one of the three options. I would prefer to go with exception. So select that. And now whenever you come across this particular piece of code, Java is going to wait for 1 second depending on the number which is present inside. That is it for today's tutorial on your basic browser methods. In the next tutorial, we'll be looking at the click command as well as what are your basic locators in Selenium. If you have any questions in this tutorial, do comment below. I will help you out. If you like my CDs on Selenium, do show your support by liking and sharing this video and subscribing to my channel. Thank you all for watching.